SAMOKFIT, checking with you guys are doing well, doing terrific, and we are back with another video. So you, me, your mom, your dad, cousins, your friends, we are all creatures of habits. We like habitual things. Fortunately for some of you guys, it might be good habits, and unfortunately for a lot of people, it's bad habits. And when it comes to nutrition or adherence to fat loss, we like habits, meaning if you drink a lot of water, you tend to probably want to eat right. If you eat right, you want to exercise. If you exercise, you want to sleep. If you sleep right, you start to feel better, and you're like, wow, okay, these are the steps I'm doing, and it's putting me into this situation. But unfortunately, life is not designed that way. Life, is designed to throw you a lot of wrench. Something might come up out of your control, and I feel like we're going through that season of the year where things are going to be out of your control. And what I mean by that is the holiday season. Thanksgiving is coming around the corner, Christmas is coming around the corner, and if your goal is fat loss and you have a plan, like you've been sticking to the plan all along, this is the time that the devil is going to rear his head and be like, hey, buddy, this is me. I'm gonna fuck up all the things you've been doing. So I thought it's very important. It's very important to make this video and do this video right now, because normally I'm a very habitual person too. Meaning Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I like to do the same thing. I like to eat the same thing. Not because it's I'm stuck into it. I love the things I do, and I like to keep it that way. But today is my daughter's birthday party, and that means things are gonna go out of the way. I'm not gonna be sticking to her macros, but I just want to do this video, kind of just give you some pointers and a few points I've been giving to my clients as far as how they stick to their goals when they have things that it's on plan that come up, like holidays, Christmas parties, family gatherings, etc. This is the season where a lot of things are going to be popping up, and at least you don't want to be that person like, no, sorry, I don't want to do that. Oh, I don't want to do that because fat loss. That's great if you want to do that, but at the same time, I'm trying to give you some tools that has helped some of my clients, that has helped me to make sure I'm sticking to the plan and I'm adhering to a nutritional protocol, and I'm still able to make my gains. But first, coffee. Cheers. All right, so before we get to the point, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so we can keep growing. So the first point I want to make is, one, you will need to make sure you have a plan. So one of your friends hit you up where you have a plan, or ahead of time that you are going to be going to a Christmas party or function or family event during the holidays. You want to make sure you have a plan. There is a saying, you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So meaning you don't want to go into the situation just like winging it, because when you start winging things, that's when you start to eat more than you need to, and that throws you off your plan. So have a plan of attack, and that's what I'm going to lay out for you. So the first thing I want you to focus on is, one, water. Water is very important, it's very crucial, just because, one, it fills you up. If you normally drink like a gallon of water, try to up that water intake for that day. It fills you up, it takes space in your stomach, and it allows you not to feel super hungry. Are you gonna feel hungry throughout the day? Yes, but at the same time, that water taking space in your stomach might give you that sense of fullness throughout the day. And of course, if you're going out and dining in and eating foods that you normally are not accustomed to, there's a chance they are seasoned with a lot of sodium, and you might be retaining a lot of water the next day. So drinking more water actually helps you to get rid of more water. So when you wake up the next day, you might feel a little bit bloated, but that's because a lot of sodium that you've ingested that you're not normally accustomed to. So point number one, drink a lot of water.
Shining on the city lights, all this doubt around me, then but look, I got it right. Don't you try to hit me now.
All right, so what we have in front of us still, coffee still going down. Again, with coffee, by the way. So the reason why I think you should drink coffee on days like this is, or find something that has a decent amount of caffeine in it, is because caffeine is an appetite suppressant. The goal of your day is just to make sure you manage your hunger and you save in a lot of your macros for the end of the day, which is what I'm gonna get to later. But for now, what we have in front of us is about 100 grams of blueberries, and we have 300 grams of egg white with some rooster booster, aka sriracha on that, which leads to my point. Protein. Protein is very important, obviously, if you want to grow muscle, which I'm sure a lot of you guys want to, but at the same time, protein is very satiating. So majority of your food that you are going to be consuming throughout the day is going to be a lot of high protein, little to no amount of carbs. I mean, 16 grams of carbs in this alone, and you're looking at about 30 grams of protein in here. So you want to have a lot of protein just because it makes you, keeps you full, very satiated, and also chances are when you are going to be consuming a lot of food later, they're not going to be very high in protein. They possibly, or probably, most likely, are going to be high in carbs and high in fat. So you want to consume a lot of protein. Other options, obviously, egg whites, so maybe some fat-free cheese on top of that, just to give it a little more body, a little more flavor to it. Protein shake are good sources, just to get your day started. And yes, so I'm about to knock this down real quick, run around the house, clean up the house, get ready for the party later, and I'm going to be talking to you guys about my next point. So good. Alright, so just pulled up to the store, about to pick up some cake, and yes, I am going to be having a lot of cake today, a lot of treats today, because I am not that restricted with my calories or my macros right now, especially on a day like this. But if you are on, let's say, a diet, you're in contest prep or you're in a caloric deficit and you're trying to stay adhere to the plan, in terms of training, I know typically, let's say if you normally train later in the day and you're trying to go to some sort of party, and it's later in the day, and you are telling yourself, yeah, I'm going to do it after I finish training. Chances are you're not going to be training after that event, because one, you might have a couple of alcoholic beverages, which it's not something I would advise you to do, to drink before you train or drink after you train. It's kind of counterintuitive, because your body processes alcohol like a poison, and that means nutrition partitioning is been suspended, and the goal of the body is to get rid of alcohol. So if you are supposed to train it that day, make sure you train early in the day so you can get that out of the way. Then you can focus on going out and possibly having some fun and not worry about, okay, should I train after this event or should I not train after this event? So I'm going to go in real quick, pick up the cake, and I'm going to give you the second part to this point I just made. All right, so I guess I gotta take this out first, right? Anyways, here is the cake. It's a smash cake. Again, she's 1 year old. It's nothing lavish or extravagant in terms of cake. But my next point I'm trying to make here is going to be, this is actually the biggest part of the point I'm going to make here, and that's what's something I call macro hoarding. Exactly what is macro hoarding? Macro hoarding is exactly what it sounds like. You hoarding your macros for later. If you are going to be going out later, go out to some sort of event, a family gathering, you want to hoard all your macros for later. Like the point I made initially, talking about protein. Protein, yes, each gram of protein is 4 calories, each gram of carbs is 4 calories, each gram of fat is 9 calories. So that's why you want to limit the amount of fats that you normally would have in the morning, because that's not going to take a lot of your the calorie bank away. But you want to hoard majority of your calories. So in this particular situation, this is when something like intermittent fasting might come into play. Yes, intermittent fasting is not superior to other types of diet out there, but it's just a way for it to actually fit your lifestyle. If you find yourself, possibly going out later, or possibly find yourself, maybe you typically eat later in the day compared to early in the morning, that is a space where intermittent fasting can actually come in handy. So you want to hold your macros to later, when you are going to be going out with the family or having drinks or food with your friends later, and you want to save and spare as much calories as possible throughout the day, so you won't blow your macro bank and you get to the party and like, yep, I guess I'm gonna stare at everybody eating and not tell them, yes, sir, I can eat because I already finished most of my macros for the day. So it is few days in the future from the last clip that you guys just saw. I had a good time. I enjoyed myself. Obviously, it's my daughter's birthday. I ate a lot of pizza that you guys just saw. But those are the few pointers that I would encourage you to kind of just think ahead of before you have any sort of like, you know, event that you are going to go to. So the last one I want to make sure, I want to get across to recap that at the end of the day is it doesn't really matter, or it is not that big of a deal. Yes, you should concern yourself. You know, you should do proper preparation just to make sure you're putting yourself in the best position to be able to adhere to your nutritional and your training goals. By the end of the day, it's Thanksgiving. You are enjoying quality time with your friends and family. And, you know, if you somehow just like, you know what, had a fucking moment, it is what it is. As long as you wake up the next day and just get back to what you were doing before, use that extra fuel to fuel a gnarly workout. Those are the lines that I literally told all my clients this week when I was doing my client check-ins, just because the video is recording on Sunday. I do most of my client check-ins on the weekend. And this week is going to be Thanksgiving, I should say. And all the points that I made to you guys is exact bulletin points that I would typically give to all my clients. And I, you know, at the end of my check-in with all my clients, I'm telling them, listen, at the end of the day, yes, I want you to try to make sure you're not going to have a, you know, a fucking moment, just eat whatever you want, and all of a sudden you black out like Will Ferrell in Old School and just wonder like, wow, what the hell happened? So don't be in that position, but if you do have that one of those situations or positions, it is okay. Get back to what you were doing the day before you had that quote unquote, you know, terrible eating day, and just at least let that fuel a great workout. So that is the video for you guys today. It's Thanksgiving. It's, by the time this video is going to come out, it's going to be 2 days before Thanksgiving. So hopefully you're having a great time. You are going to enjoy it and have a good time with your family. And I think I want to leave you one thing. I know it's a trying time. We're about to go to the holiday season, Thanksgiving, Christmas coming around the corner. Go out of your way to be extra nice to people, because a lot of people are going through it. You don't know what somebody's going through. So if you have the time, you know, smile at somebody, ask how somebody's doing, because you don't know what kind of impact that's going to have on the people you are communicating and talking to. So I hope this video is very you know, helpful for you guys. I thank you. I appreciate you guys for, you know, tuning into my videos. Even though you're a few hundred people that tune into these videos, it still means a lot to me, and I'll keep putting this video out there as long as you guys will have me. So give this video a thumbs up, like the video, comment, share with your friends. Happy Thanksgiving, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.